Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Damon Elliott, music producer, singer, songwriter, trying to get that status, y'all. And you're watching FaceTime with Todd Wharton.
From Times Square in New York City, it's FaceTime with Todd Wharton. With special guest, Damon Elliott. Musical guest, Monie Love. And now, here's your host, Todd Wharton.
Welcome to the Oscar edition, everyone, of FaceTime with Todd Wharton. I'm your man, your host, Todd Wharton. Now, before we get to the show, let's get to Funny Time with FaceTime. That's right, it's a segment where we scour the internet and look for those videos that make us laugh on a daily basis. Now, it's been a year from now since the famous slap of Chris Rock and Will Smith. And to be honest with you, I think most of us are kind of slapped out. However, I did find a video that I feel warrants a slap, and this is going to be credited to the movie Harlem Nights. Guys, take a look.
Benny, why'd you put this orange juice in the refrigerator with just a swallow left in the container?
Bill, why'd you leave me the hell alone?
But that don't make no sense. You should have just finished it. Don't put it back in the refrigerator with just a swallow in the container. I get my mouth all set for some orange juice, and it's just a swallow in the container.
Well, swallow it and shut the fuck up.
You fine mother.
You back, bitch.
Guys, we're going to have a great show for you tonight. Grammy Award winning music producer and Oscar nominee, my man Damon Elliott, is going to be in the house. And then later on, musical guest Monie Love will be here performing a hit song, One People. So guys, stick around, and we'll be right back after these messages. FaceTime with Todd Wharton is brought to you by Boycott the Oscars. So I just want to take a moment to recognize the Academy that didn't recognize me for Best Supporting Actor. I mean, I was a lead in an underwear commercial for men. You don't get no more support than that. Nick Taylor Underwear, the only man's name that feels comfortable around my Johnson. You messed up, Academy. You messed up. Boycott the Oscars is a fictional company, but let's keep it 100. If you haven't been nominated by now, it probably means you suck. So welcome back to the show, everyone. So my guest tonight is not only a Grammy Award-winning music producer, my man got his first Oscar nomination. That's right, he partnered up with 14-time nominee Diane Warren to bring you the song that's up for a nomination for the Oscars, Applause, which is on the movie Tell It Like a Woman, and the song is performed by none other than Sofia Carson. But you know what? Let's take a look at a clip.
You've been hurt so bad. Your walls are so thick. What happened to you?
What happened to me? I used to take care of everyone. Old family stuff. Ma è stata lei a finire il cane. Per uscire. Look, you're crying. Those tears ain't helped. Nobody. You want the family back. Yes. I have a whole life I try to get back to. You don't always get to choose the life we live.
Please welcome to the show, my man, Damon Elliott. Dan, how you doing, bro?
I'm great. How are you, man? How are you?
I'm good. Yo, let me tell you something. When I spoke to Monique Moss and she hit me up to have you on a show, and my assistant sent me the email, I'm like, no brainer, of course. So, first of all, congrats on your success up till today.
Thank you.
Such a great journey, and you're so young, man. I mean, you worked with everybody from the hip-hop era to the pop era to movie soundtracks. And guys, I'm not going to list everything. If you want to know about this guy, just look him up, and believe me, right away, you're going to be like, damn. But first of all, congrats on the Grammy wins. That's a huge, huge accomplishment. When you first won your first Grammy, how did that feel when that first happened?
It was like amazing. I mean, anytime you even get nominated, it's the most amazing feeling, and let alone to win. I shared that first win with some great company, the company of Rock Wilder, Missy Elliott, Ron Fair, and then of course Christina Aguilera, Maya, Pink, Little Kim, and just to be in that company, with Lady Marmalade was simply amazing.
Yeah, and if people don't know, you're talking about the film Moulin Rouge, correct?
Yeah, Moulin Rouge. Yeah, I'm talking about it's like right,
Amazing.
it's funny. I'm looking. I see that's right there. That's the
Smack right in the back. That's why
right.
I'm like, we got to go right there. But like I always do, bro. Again, with everybody watching, this career is amazing. Let's talk about today. You are hitting a milestone right now.
Hmm.
Oscar nominee,
Hmm.
right? Even though the Grammys the top, right? For something, you got the Tonys, you got the Emmys, but when people hear the word Oscar,
Yeah,
that's kind of like the top of Hollywood because
yeah,
music and everything else comes together
yeah,
through film because we all know back in the day, soundtracks, were the shit. I have to say that. We used to all want to go out and buy soundtracks, but now
absolutely.
you have a song out right now. You got to work with the great Diane Warren,
Yes,
who's in her own realm within herself. I believe she's got the record right now for the most Oscar nods in a
yes.
songwriter.
14 to
She's
be exact.
14, right?
Mhm.
And you were able to produce a song which is performed by Sofia Carson,
Mhm.
right? And tell me about the song Applause and let's talk about the movie that you had it on because this is huge, man. Tell me all about this. This is
Yeah,
great.
well, very surprisingly, this little movie and little song became a huge deal, right?
Yeah.
Literally, when we recorded the song, we had no idea. Like, it wasn't like we were like, oh, this is gonna be, an Oscar nominated song. We knew it was a great song. Diane Warren writes great songs
Hmm.
by the stretch of the imagination, incredible songs. But Sophia came in the studio, like how we do, and Diane asked me to produce it, and I did. I went in and cooked up what I do, in
Hmm.
production. This girl, when she got behind the microphone, there was something that just moved me about her vocal and her capability. And I said, she's a major, mega, mega star. I wasn't thinking Oscars, to be honest. I was just thinking,
Yeah.
wow, if the world hears this song. And then the producer and the director of sorry, not director, the producer of the film, Tell It Like a Woman, walked in the studio later that evening, heard the song, started crying, and said, "Wow, this is a perfect song for my movie. This is the version of the song." And I went, "Okay." And we went to dinner, and
Yep.
then we were talking about how we're going to shoot a music video. That's literally what. And then a couple of weeks later, Diane calls me, and we meet up at the studio here, and she's like, "Man, I think we're going to get on the short list." I said, "What's that mean, the short list?" She goes, "Because I'm not versed in the Oscar,
Yeah.
now I'm becoming, I gotta let me zip it up a little, right? But I wasn't really versed as far as
Yeah, man.
Academy Awards. Grammy talk all day, but so she explained what that is: the top 15 songs out of hundreds of songs and maybe thousands of songs. I don't know. And then I said, "Well, that's like a win." And she's like, "No, we got to get on the shorter list." I said, "Well, what's that?" And she said, "On the nominated list." I said, "Whoa." So she said, "The top 5." So when we got on that, man, we looked at each other and we said, "We won." I mean, that's a win out of thousands of songs, hundreds of films, thousands, and to be able to say that you're Oscar nominated, top 5 songs chosen by the Academy,
Yeah.
pretty cool, man.
That's
And
pretty huge.
yeah, I
Huge.
mean, it's something when we get into this business, right? I mean, I was born into this business, but as a producer of my own
Hmm.
right, get into this business, you only dream of things like a Grammy, and then you really dream of things like, well, maybe I can get a Academy Award, nominated song one day. And I mean, you hear me even laughing because it's kind of far fetched. I mean, there's not many you can look at the list. There's not many songs that get nominated for best song. So there we
Right.
go.
Yeah, I think the Oscars honestly is starting to expand its horizons when it comes to talent,
Yeah,
especially with music. Because even
yeah,
though the actors and the actresses are the main focus of the Oscars, what I'm liking about how they're making more of these awards bigger than where they should be now. Let me rephrase that. They're making the awards as big as where they should be because a lot of these awards you don't even hear about, right? It's like, hey, I got an Oscar for this. Like, when did you get that? Because when it comes to a movie, soundtracks are a huge, huge part of all scenes. You know, if you took a notebook and during the kissing scene, you're not going to play Anthrax. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people don't understand, like, without music, you don't really have a good film because music portrays what's going to happen, the moment, the tears, the laughter. It reminisces of what you just saw. And now people are watching credits more just to relive that song. And it's giving the opportunity for the people that you don't see in front of the camera the recognition they deserve by playing the song at the end. And that's why they do outtakes and little stuff here and there. And I'm glad that the Oscars are changing the way they're doing things because I watched this video 3 times. I'm not going to say I cried. You know, it's building. You know, I'm a man, right? So it's building out of my stomach. In 2 hours from now, I'll be rolling on the floor crying. I'll be thinking about stuff like,
there you go. Nice.
But you ate my last burrito. How can you do that to me? You
know,
right. And amazing. And you're right about Sofia. Beautiful lady. Beautiful voice. But how did you come about picking Sofia? I know you're working with her. There's so many artists out there. How did you even think about picking her?
I didn't. I literally, Diane picked Sofia for the song and called me. I didn't know Sofia. I had never met her. I met her the day we worked together. It was immediate chemistry. I mean, it was like sometimes you click and sometimes you don't. But she's just the sweetest. She's the sweetest young lady.
Oh, yeah.
And she's just drop dead gorgeous and just like so kind from her heart. And you can hear it and you can feel it. And I just knew, you know, once I produced the music and then put her voice on it and produced her vocals, I knew it was a perfect marriage. I didn't know where it would end up. When I heard we were getting, you know, on the short list, I was very confident that we would probably get a nomination because the song is just that good. It doesn't matter how much marketing and promotion and all that stuff that's behind it. When it's a great song and a great project and you have everything lining up, that's like that. That's just that thing, you know. So it's like that.
It's like the je ne sais quoi of the whole thing, right?
We
Something like that. Throw some French
in there. Ascot on again, you know.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And the best part about this is you've done so many movie soundtracks, so many great songs, so many great people. But this now takes you to another level, right? Because you've been leveling up, right? And we're going to get into the next thing, Hits Musical, but you've been leveling up since a kid. But now you're going to be at this level that most people aspire to be. And I love that you said we didn't write this to do an Oscar. Because I feel if people write for an award, they're never going to get the award. You got to write for the heart. You got to write for passion. And your passion is amazing. And bro, congratulations on the Oscar nod. I'm rooting for you because I watched it also on the trailer of the film. Couldn't have picked a better song to do it, especially with Jennifer Hudson, Eva Longoria.
Just gems of the business, you know. And that's the other thing too. I really give applause to these women who made this film and the women who, you know, wrote the song, Diane, and the woman who sung the song, Sofia Carson. I mean, I feel really lucky because I'm surrounded by some pretty badass women. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh my God. Let me tell you something right now. I think you need to cap it off with like a Jane Fonda or a Lily Tomlin.
Bro, there you go.
Now you just successfully work with all the most powerful women on the planet.
Well, I did top it off with a Jane Fonda and a Lily Tomlin because I did 80 for Brady.
You like how I threw that in there, right?
Yep, there you go. So there we go. So I feel good about not just those two. I feel good about Cyndi Lauper and you know, and Belinda Carlisle and man, you know, goodness, Gloria Estefan and of course Dolly Parton, which I'm sure we'll talk more about.
We're about to get into that. Oh yeah.
Very, I mean, my gosh, are you kidding me? Wow, I've been surrounded. This last year has been, man, I'm just, wow, I'm so blessed.
Amazing.
So
Yeah,
blessed.
and you've earned it. And we always say God is great, but God's been extremely great. And on top of that, I think it's really cool how a lot of this now is heading up during Black History Month.
Yeah,
Um,
that's
with
pretty,
all the stuff happening, I think to see more amazing views. So congrats on that milestones. And Dolly Parton, Dionne Warwick. There's a
yeah,
special energy going on here people don't know. Dionne Warwick happens to be your mom, which is an amazing right within itself. And you recently, not too long ago, became her manager, which I understand why now is the time. Because even though your mom and you are son and mother, sometimes you have to keep business apart from family because it can ruin those relationships. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, your mom probably wanted to make sure that you earned the right to be her manager, even though you're her son. You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying? And I don't
More
think
so than
people
ever.
understand that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she says it all the time, even in interviews, not just as her manager, but as her producer. She says, I had to earn my right. This is not like it's not a smorgasbord of, this is my kid, so I'm just going to give him the rope to hang himself. No, it was like I had to go through the school of life,
Hmm.
the school of life of management. I mean, I've managed other artists as a producer or production company. I've taken on the role with some of the biggest artists in the world,
Hmm.
and now my mom. And so I came to her and I said, Mom, I think, who better than me, because I have your best interest. You're my mom, but we will separate business from the family, and I will take care of you. And if I'm not doing my job, she finished the sentence, I will fire
Exactly.
you quickly. And I said, great, then we have an understanding. And over the last few years, we've really done well,
Hmm.
and then it didn't stop me from doing what I do, which is, my passion is producing music. That's always been my passion.
Yeah, and you're great at it. Now, the song that you have coming out is, I believe, Peace Like a River. I think
It's
it's
like,
coming out on February 24th, which is pretty amazing. I know you're excited about that.
so
I,
excited.
obviously, working with Dolly Parton, and when I was talking about how the Oscars are opening up and doing different things, I love the crosses between genres of music constantly now, because country literally came from the blues and the R&Bs and everything. And your mom, I think, was one of the people that inspired a lot of country music. Tell me how it was to work with both of them together. Well, what inspired this song? Because I think
Mhm.
that's pretty cool.
I mean, well, to answer your first question, to work with both of them together is just a dream come true, because
Mm,
Dolly, is like an auntie to me, and I have
yeah,
the most respect for her. I think she's one of the best, like, singers, songwriters in the business. Um, what a talent, and such a nice lady, just a bright star, and of course my mom is, I don't need to say anything. My mom is my heart. And so, when the opportunity came, when Dolly sent the song to me, to answer your second question, Dolly sent
mm,
the song, and Mom and I listened to it. And I said, Mom, maybe this would be a great duet for you. And she's like, yeah, I think so. And Dolly was like, oh, I'll sing on it, and I said, man, this is like a double barrel shotgun. The two of you guys together is like, going to be like, boom, well, two icons, two living legends getting together to sing a song about peace, which is just something beautiful. And Mom is known for, you know, being an ambassador of peace, an
yeah.
ambassador with what the world needs now, and what That's What Friends Are For, and other songs like that. So it just kind of fits in today's crazy climate, if you will. This song is very apropos to what's going on
Oh,
right now.
yeah, and you mentioned, living legends. To be honest with you, man, with what you've done yourself, you are becoming a living legend, whether you
Wow.
believe it or not. And you're not under the umbrella of your mom. She has her own road she took, and you took your own road. And I think you're there.
Wow.
Um,
Thank you.
it just comes down to age, right? It comes down to age when
It
we're
does.
looking.
Yep. But I'm happy, and I love that. I think That's incredible, to hear. Sometimes I walk in studios and I've been doing this for, like I say, for a long time. And the youngsters, they're like, oh man, you're an OG, you're a legend. And I'm just like, hey, I'm just still trying to put a kick and a snare drum together that'll make you and get a nice melody on top of it, man, and just make something make somebody feel some kind of way.
Yeah, and I love it. And now that, you said you got the double threat, you're now a triple threat
Hmm.
because I think you're going on the road now with something. This is probably going to mean more to you than, even though you get the Grammy, the Oscar nod. I got a feeling this means more to you than both those awards because it's doing something with the woman that you truly love your whole entire life and take it around the country on the stuff you grew up with called Hits the Musical. Tell me about that.
Oh man, now you got me going. Yeah, I'm so excited for this musical because it's the kids. It's our future. And I just, man, this, I feel like I sound like every time I've done an interview, I sound like a car salesman because I am selling you this show. It is simply amazing. These kids are the best. I don't endorse anything. And I've worked with the greatest, period.
Mhm.
And these kids, they've earned the right. Like we talk about earning your stripes, they've earned
Yeah.
their stripes. And that's why they have 50 shows and they're ready. And I hope everybody can come out and check it out and see for yourself. And it's something that I hope to not hope, I'm going to make this show a residency in Vegas, because there's no family shows, true family shows in Vegas where great grandpa can take great granddaughter and they can enjoy the show as a family. Um, and it also gives an opportunity for these kids to really express themselves.
Hmm.
Uh, you've got television shows that do this, but there's always a weird end game, right? To try to compete for the one winner to be able to do an album. This is something for all the kids to show off their skills truly. Dancing, the acting skills, the singing skills. It's just, man, just wait. Yeah, I can't wait. 2 days from now, it hits its opening on the 23rd, and I'm just so excited. I'll be right
Oh
there.
yeah. I can see it in your face, man. Like I said, we were talking about some great stuff, but you got rosy
No,
cheeks going on right now, man.
talk
It's
about the
like,
kids. Yeah, listen, that ain't the lighting. That's real sport. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah,
yeah. You know what the cool part about it is? I'm sure you thought about it. I'm sure people said, there's a good possibility you may be going for an EGOT. How do you feel about that?
oh man, it's funny. Somebody said that to me the other day. I don't know, man. I'm just going. If it happens, that would be. Man, I don't even know that. Man, come on, man. I have to get a virgin pina colada and go sit on some island for a minute. Just really, I mean, I'm almost there right now. I mean, when they said the Oscar nom, I said, "All right, D, I'll see you in a couple weeks." And then she said, "No, no, we got to get to the studio tomorrow. We got work to do." I said, "Oh, you're right. Sure enough, you're right." So if the
Yeah.
EGOT happens, that's gonna be something amazing, right?
Yeah, why not? Even if it's not all wins, I think
Right.
it's even just as good just to be EGOT
Nominated.
nominated. You know what I'm
Man,
saying? I mean, you
yeah,
got the
man.
Tonys, you got the
Yeah.
Emmys too. I mean, you do movie soundtracks.
Oh yeah, let's go. Let's get it. Come
You know
on.
what I'm saying? Yeah,
Absolutely.
man. Like, and let me tell you something. If your show goes well, Broadway is always thirsty for great shows.
Yes.
I would love to see Hits the Musical on Broadway. Um,
That's the
because
ultimate end goal. I mean, like I said, we got to work towards it because, Broadway is a very high, like you were talking about high bars, right? Broadway
right,
is, the creme de la creme. So I want to see these kids grow. And I think being on the road, doing a residency, and then getting it to Broadway is kind of the way to do this. So
yeah,
that way also people can see for themselves how great this musical is. There's not one name. It's not like we have one big name carrying the show. These
hmm
kids are all equal and they're all incredible. And that's what else makes me excited. It's not a publicity ploy. You know what I'm
right,
saying? That's
yeah.
what I love.
It's kind of like you celebrating your roots through music and
Exactly.
letting the world see it,
Correct. Yeah.
which is pretty dope, man.
Yeah,
You
man.
know, I could. I mean, I want to talk to you for hours, but
I know we gotta
unfortunately,
jump.
yeah, man. But Unfortunately, the social media world doesn't allow too much long because it's
That's
like,
right.
yeah, let's go to commercial break.
Yeah.
Bro, congrats on the
Thank
Grammy.
you.
Oscar nominee. I'm definitely going to be rooting for you. And now hits the musical. If there is something you can tell people that are aspiring to become a music producer, is there something you can tell these younger generations what they need to hear instead of what they think they need to hear?
Yeah. Stay humble, stay focused, stay persistent. That's my 3 stays, you know. That's just how you gotta stay planted, man, and just plow forward. You know, you'll find your way. That's what I always tell everybody.
I love it. And guys, you heard it right here from my man, Damon Elliott. Damon, thanks for being a guest on FaceTime with Todd Wharton, man. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Seriously, man.
You got it, brother. Take care of yourself, man. Thank you.
Of course. So guys, stay tuned. So coming up next is musical guest Monie Love, and she'll be performing a hit song, One People, right here on FaceTime with Todd Wharton. So stick around.
First there was fame, then there was glee. Now there's Hits, the musical. From Billboard to Broadway, 80 of the biggest hits of all time. You won't want to miss this breathtaking night of electrifying dancing, extraordinary singing, and iconic music featuring America's next young superstars. 90 minutes of pure musical joy that will warm your heart and have you dancing in the aisles. Come on! So get your tickets now. Hits, the musical. Come sail away. National Tour, Spring 2023. Come sail away.
Performing a hit song, One People, here she is, Monie Love.
Every day, one people. When we say, one people. Every day, one people. Oh, that is the mini one people. And I we job, let's be real. To divide way, but we stand up united. One people, oh, that is the many one people. And a we job, let's be real. Them a fight and a spite way, but we stand up united. One people, we see the wicked them a run, and the Babylon a fight down man. You never know say who job let's first. Never make an next man curse. Bless the healing. Women like, yeah. Never listen to them teaching. Them a lie, yeah. The meek shall rise on earth. Judge our children, we know them word. Nobody a go stop way. Nobody a go trap way. This time we a go beat one drum. Together we a move as one. Feel we sin thing a prove so strong. So listen, this your words that the song say. Oh, that is the many one people. And a we job, let's be real. Them a try to divide way, but we stand up united. One people, oh, that is the many one people. And a we job, let's be real. Them a fight and a spite way, but we stand up united. One people. You might be on your last, but better days are coming. You might be up to something. Life can surprise you in a way you won't expect. La vie est dure, mais doit la rendre beaucoup plus simple. Oh no. On ne sait jamais ce que la vie nous réserve. Oh no. Wish I could change the things you see outside. I would try to make it easy. Tomorrow no be guaranteed. One day you're next day you're absentee. Oh, that is the many one people. And a we job, let's be real. Them a try to divide way, but we stand up united. One praise up the one most high. You never win a thing if you never try, yeah. Living the truth you deserve. So you can do, you make it work. Left the bad mind them a chat them. 2 penny drop them, come out, go clap them. Bless up the vibes, we made them pan no. Shut down the lies, them I sell no. Together we are move as a unit in this your music. Come make me prove it. On this day, a true elevation I make its way. I say J-A-U-K to the USA. Oh, that is so many one people. And I we job, let's be real. Them I try to divide we, but we stand up united. One people. Oh, that is so many one people. And I we job, let's be real. Them I fight and I spite we, but we stand up united. One people. Every day, every day, every day. One people. When we say, one people. Every day, every day, every day. One people. One people.
I want to thank my guests today, Damon Elliott and Monie Love, for being on the show. And on a special note, Damon, congratulations on the Grammys, the Oscar nomination, Hits the Musical, the collaboration between you, your mom, Dolly Parton, and all the amazing people you got to work with, especially Diane Warren, Sofia Carson, the song Applause. It's amazing. And you know what? I think the people that you work with are honored to work with you because you're an amazing man. You're a legend within yourself. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this interview. I know I did. And please give some love and cross your fingers to hopefully make this man an Oscar winner. And then one day you become the next EGOT right here in the world, talented people, because we need a lot more of it. And you know what, guys? This guy's the epitome of passion, because at the end of the day, you're not living a passionate life, you're whose life you live. Take care, guys. I'll see you soon.